welcome to America's Home Cooking. Hold on a minute, my nose is running. I was outside, it's a little cool this morning and warm in here, so my nose is gonna run. When I was a little girl, the reason this story is important, you'd understand why. The main street in Beeville where I grew up, there was a theater, and my girlfriend and I used to go there. Debbie and I, we would meet up there to see whatever movie was on. And if we got hungry, I know our allowance was like 50 cents, but we could sit there and get popcorn, soda, candy, and a hamburger, and get into the theater and come back with change. That's how the prices were very reasonable then. But what I want to talk about is there was a diner. We knew it as the Five and Dime. That was the name of it. It didn't have anything. It just had Five and Dime across. And they had like a cafeteria area where you could eat. And sometimes my girlfriend and I would go there because we got hungry. And by the way, we walked everywhere in town. We didn't take a car. We walked to school. We walked and met up at places, unless it was on the outskirts of town, like a miniature golf or going to the drive-in theater. Yeah, I'm really old now, aren't I? Anyway, what we did was, if we went to go have egg salad there was a sweetness to it, and we never knew what it was. We didn't know how they made theirs, but it was different because my mother made ours with egg and vegetables in it, which I've shown you. You see me chop tons of vegetables in. But we could never figure out what they put in there. It was like their well-kept secret. And now I'm cranking up to today, crank from the past to the present. My girlfriend and I got into the kitchen. Aren't women always in the kitchen? And I had given her some sweet pickle relish. And she said, Sandy, and we were hungry, so we were going to make some egg salad. Well, what happened was what we're going to put into the egg salad. We just didn't want egg and mayonnaise. We wanted to make, egg salad sandwich. Be different. So she said, let's try, let's try this sweet relish and see what we come up with. Well, we did. We were a little leery. We didn't know how much or what we were going to do with it, but we were going to try it, experiment. Usually comes out with some very good ideas. So we diced the eggs up, which I'm doing now, make sure it's small. And we put it together and we tried it. And guess what? It tasted just like the egg salad that I used to have in Texas and that she used to get over, or what'd she call it? Oh, I can't remember the store where she used to go for lunch. And she would have it, and by accident, you could say we fell into it. So I'm gonna make egg salad that way today. Instead of putting my vegetables in it, I am going to put some sweet pickle relish that I had canned last year into this dish and make an egg salad that goes back to the 50s and early 60s. A lot of people just put egg and mayonnaise and call it egg salad, which I can understand. It is all egg and mayonnaise. But when we got egg salad, it wasn't just eggs and mayonnaise. It was everything included. So I'm going to show you an old recipe that falling into by accident of a recipe that goes into the 50s. I think it'd be early 60s, late 50s. I don't even know if they make it this way anymore. This would probably have to be made at home. I don't think you would get it anywhere else because I have ordered in restaurants and it's usually just eggs and mayonnaise and that's it. But this was very popular and very unique and different. And this is just 6 eggs I'm making because only, not a lot of eating. My son was up before I was, and he was out of the house. I said, the sun hasn't even come up. I mean, I get up at 4 and he was already up having breakfast. He'd already had his coffee and he was getting dressed. He had to get out in a hurry this morning. I asked, is there anything you want? He says, no, Mommy, I'm good. So he's good. I don't even know when he came in last night from work. So this is very simple. I'm gonna get the rest of the water out. I had boiled eggs. And remember I told you if you're hard boiling eggs, boil them 7 minutes as soon as you hear that first ping. If you're in the kitchen, you'll hear it. If you don't, well, you'll miss it. So this was a recipe I had when I was little. And sometimes our old recipes come back around, especially we have. Now what am I going to serve with this? I have whole wheat bread that I had made, and I've got vegetables that I'll be putting with it as well. So this will be a cold platter. Now, it depends upon how many eggs you're going to boil as to how much of it you're going to use. I think you could buy this stuff in the store, the sweet pickle relish, but I do my own. Now, I've been talking to you about vitamin E. I don't know if I've read the research that I have done on it. Now you ask, how much do you put in here? I have no idea, because this is taste. This is actually going to be, you're going to have to taste it. If it's too sweet or not sweet enough, you have to make that judgment on your own. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I had to make some more mayonnaise. I ran out. Okay. So there's many different ways of making egg salad. I've already showed you how to make mayonnaise. For the people who have just joined, you'll probably see a video. I did a video, I think maybe 2-3 weeks ago. But if you need me to do it again, I will do it again for you. Now this is something that you could keep in the refrigerator for your family when they come in from school or work, or they get hungry and you have something to snack on. This is something that's just as good to have in the refrigerator for them, like deviled ham, or a ham spread, or tuna fish, you know, or chicken salad, potato and ham salad. When you make these and they're sitting in the refrigerator, and if you have fruit laying around the house and mixed nuts or regular nuts that your family like, in particularly in Texas, it was pecans for us all the time. So if you have these things laying around, the children, and they're already made, you don't have to worry about your children running to go get candy or sodas as fast, or chips when they come in. They already have things there, and that would hold them until, you know, supper's ready. I know it's a little extra time in the kitchen if you don't like being in the kitchen, but it does make their health something that's very important. I know that when we came in, oh God, we were hungry from school. And I hated school lunches. I would starve myself from breakfast to supper because I did not like my school lunches. Green beans we always had green beans. was always overcooked. The rolls were delicious. The fried chicken was good. Hamburgers, everybody ate. But anything else, you didn't see us. You didn't, well, you saw a lot of people, but you weren't going to see me. I'd sit there and look at that plate. My mother said, do you need more money for your lunch? I just told her no, because we used to have a ticket and they would punch it. And when you filled it up, you got another one. That's how we did it, to know that our lunches were paid. Now let me get a spoon and we'll try it. And that's how we did it. Today they make salads and this and that, and if you're at a special school, and we didn't have a choice. We had to eat what was given to us or starve. When I saw the school lunches, I know the people were trying to help us, but the Board of Ed, let's just say I just didn't like their lunches. They probably say I have a gourmet appetite, but I don't. I just like good food. And that's how you make that 5 and dime. That's why I have to call this 5 and dime. I do want to add some salt to it though. Now I already added kelp, my salt mixture, so I'm not going to add any more of that in here, but I'll use plain salt now. All right, we'll add that, stir it in. Let's see if we can get more flavor out of this. I came up here and I went to go get a hamburger, and you know what they gave me? A bun with a hamburger bun and a meat patty. I said, where's the lettuce and tomatoes and pickles, mayonnaise? Oh, man, I went through the whole list. He said, you're not from here. I said, no, I am not. He said, what's for everything you add on to it, it's more. I looked at him. He said, we used to pay a fat rate in Texas. And we would get either onion rings or fries. They put lettuce, tomato, onion, sweet pickles on it. Yeah, we got sweet pickles on ours as well. Mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup. I mean, we got everything thrown on ours. And cheese, and bacon. I mean, when we ate in Texas, we ate. Now I got it. But that's how you make another way of making egg salad. I think I'm going to have to call it 5 and dime because that's where we had it across the street when my girlfriend took me. So that'll be the title of this 5 and dime egg salad. I know most of you aren't going to know it. If you're young, you're going to say 5 and dime. What is that? Anyway, that's it. Take care. Bye-bye.